Ambassador Chen stood before the Galactic Council chamber, her hands clasped behind her back, watching as the 1,000 representatives from across known space settled into their hovering seats. The crystalline dome above them refracted the light of a dozen nearby stars, casting rainbow patterns across the assembled delegates. She had stood here many times before, always with patience, always with diplomacy. Today would be different. The human delegation wishes to address the Council regarding Resolution 8847. Chen began, her voice steady despite the tremor of rage building in her chest. High Chancellor Vraxis, a towering being of chitinous armor and compound eyes, gestured dismissively with one of his forearms. The resolution has already passed, Ambassador. Humanity's colonization rights in the outer Perseus arm have been revoked. The matter is settled. Settled? Chen's voice cracked like a whip through the chamber. Several delegates flinched. Humans were known for their emotional restraint in council proceedings. You've just condemned 17 million colonists to death. Hyperbole does not become you, Ambassador. Councillor Tilak hissed from her moisture pod. The amphibious diplomat's translator rendered her burbling speech into clinical precision. The colonies have 6 standard months to evacuate. Plenty of time. Chen felt something snap inside her. Not break, humanity didn't break. They bent, adapted, and when pushed far enough, they exploded. 6 months, she repeated slowly, to evacuate 17 million people across 73 worlds. Using the transport allocation you've generously provided, we can move perhaps 2 million. She paused, letting the mathematics sink in. Where did the other 15 million go, Counselor? Do they simply cease to exist for your convenience? The Xyrillian Empire requires those systems, Vraxis interjected. Their population needs— The Xyrillian Empire, Chen interrupted, her voice dropping to something colder than the void between stars. Lost a war they started. A war humanity helped you win. Those colonies were granted to us as compensation for our losses. 60 billion humans died defending council space. Ancient history, another delegate muttered. Ancient? Chen laughed, and the sound held no humor. It's been 40 years. There are veterans still alive who remember watching Earth's moon get cracked in half by Xyrillian siege weapons. But I suppose 4 decades is ancient history when you're rewriting treaties to appease your new trading partners. She pulled a data chip from her jacket and held it up. This contains humanity's official response to Resolution 8847. Vraxis's mandibles clicked in satisfaction. Then you accept. We reject it, completely, unequivocally, permanently. The chamber erupted in chaos. Delegates shouted over one another, translator systems struggling to keep pace. Chen stood silent at the center of the storm, waiting. Vraxis's voice boomed through the cacophony. You cannot simply reject a council resolution. The vote was legitimate. Legitimate? Chen's eyes blazed. 8 of the delegates who voted for this resolution have received development grants from Xyrillian sources in the past year. 5 more have family members employed by Xyrillian corporations. This wasn't a vote. It was a purchase. You dare accuse this council of corruption? Tilak demanded. I don't accuse. High-state facts. Chen activated the data chip, and holographic displays blossomed throughout the chamber, showing financial records, communication logs, and transaction histories. Humanity has been watching, learning. We know exactly how this council operates now. This is an outrage. Vraxis rose from his seat. You will withdraw these allegations immediately, or humanity will face sanctions. No. The single word silenced the chamber more effectively than any shout could have. Chen continued in that same deadly quiet voice. For 2 centuries, humanity has played by your rules. We've been the good soldiers, the reliable allies, the naive newcomers grateful to be included in your grand civilization. We've swallowed our pride, bent our necks, and accepted scraps from your table while you've grown fat on our labor and sacrifice. She walked forward, ascending the speaker's platform unauthorized. Security drones hummed to life but didn't move. Even they seemed uncertain in the face of her cold fury. But you've made a critical miscalculation. You've studied human history, seen our wars and conflicts, and concluded we're violent but manageable. You missed the important part. Yes, we fight among ourselves, passionately, viciously, creatively. But do you know what happens when humanity unites? When we focus all that innovative fury outward? Is that a threat? Vraxis demanded. It's a history lesson. Chen smiled, and several delegates recoiled. When cornered, humans don't surrender. We adapt, we improvise, we overcome. You've spent centuries building your perfect civilization with its rules and procedures and careful compromises. We've spent that time learning. She activated another display, showing star charts with dozens of red markers. Humanity has been preparing for this day. 37 hidden shipyards, 52 weapons research facilities, manufacturing capacity. You didn't know existed because we built it in systems you considered worthless. We've learned from every species in this council. Xyrillian shield technology, Cathraxi weapons systems, Meldorian propulsion drives. We've improved on all of them. The implications rippled through the chamber like a shockwave. You're threatening war against the entire council? Someone gasped. No, Chen corrected. We're declaring independence from it. As of this moment, humanity withdraws from all council treaties, pacts, and agreements. Our colonies stay exactly where they are. Any attempt to remove them by force will be considered an act of war. You're outnumbered 1,000 to 1, Braxis roared. Yes, Chen agreed pleasantly. The Xyrillians had similar odds. How did that work out for them? She paused. Oh, that's right, you had to beg humanity for help to survive. The truth hung in the air like a sword. Chen turned to leave, then stopped. One final thing. That moon the Xyrillians cracked? We put it back together. Took 30 years, and technology you said was impossible. But we did it. We don't break, Chancellor. We rebuild, and we remember. She walked toward the exit as the chamber dissolved into pandemonium behind her. What have you done? Tilak called after her. Chen paused at the threshold and looked back one last time. What you forced us to do. You wanted to see what happens when you push humanity too far. Now you know. We don't break. Her final words echoed through the chamber as the doors sealed behind her. We break free. Outside, a fleet of human warships dropped out of FTL around the council station. Their weapons powered but not targeting. A silent reminder, a promise, a declaration that the age of humanity's subservience had ended. The Galactic Council had pushed too far, and they had finally learned the lesson written in every page of human history. When backed into a corner, humanity doesn't surrender, they fight back and they win.